could have had a very decent contain. It's not like he would have needed more than 3 Void Rays just to handle a Nexus and a Pylon. And once again, all the ground forces are just out of position, allowing Trasher to walk all the way up this map, get a counter push, targeting down pylons to food block Chicken Strip. Might not have been for the best, because you can see that this here isn't saturated yet, so if he could have gotten into this probe line, it might have caused a world of hurt. I mean, since he's already up here in this base, he has to assume that these stalkers won't be making it out alive. Or at the very least, won't be making it out without running into Chicken Strip's main army. He's engaging his Void Rays. Here, he loses a Void Ray unnecessarily. But it does buy some time for the Zealots to get in here and do some damage versus the Stalkers. Other Void Ray spawns, more units are out here. Chicken Strip really needs to get down here. Looks like he is clicking. No, that is actually Trasher's icon. Chicken Strip needs to get down here again before this base gets operational. And just sit back here. I mean, looking at the minerals down to below 500 on each patch. If he can prevent this base from going up, that'll be GG right there. I mean, you have to remember, although the win condition in this game is destroying all of the opponent's buildings, how you go about that is really up to you. Sometimes you don't really have to kill anything. Sometimes it's best just to sit down there and let the opponent just whittle himself down. And if the opponent is willing to do that by staying on one base, throwing up very early forwards, throwing up very early photon cannons en masse, and teching multiple times like this, maybe you should still let them. Chicken Strip has a Warp Prism here, but it's a little bit out of place. But at the very least, you can see that the income situation here is a little bit dire. And I do like that Chicken Strip is leaving units all over the map just to spot all these expands, make sure nothing sneaks out like that. That would be an example of something sneaking out, possibly because his units were down here trying to deny expand, rather than possibly here, which would probably be the best place to both deny and expand and control units coming out of the ramp. So we have a counter push, or well, one of them is counter pushing the other. But these photon cannons will do a lot of work against these Void Rays, and these Zealots will really be out of place. Meanwhile, the Stalker focused army will be able to do quite a bit of damage up here. With only 3 warp gates, and, well, he's not really food blocked, but fairly limited food, he will not really be able to reinforce this, and it actually looks like they're going into a base trade situation, which is really entirely unnecessary at this point. He could see the kind of situation that Trasher was in terms of money. You can see some of his fields are already disappearing, and because he let those units out and decided to push in, he's lost all of his gateways. Meanwhile, these guys are still fighting down photon cannons, and Trasher is still managing to produce units, whereas Chicken Strip is almost completely incapable of reinforcing his own army. This is somewhat unfortunate. You see even more units, which I must assume have been warped down in these pylon field, which is very smart of Trasher. Yeah, there you go. I mean, he can take these units up there and just deal a whole world of hurt. And luckily, Chicken Strip does have a few probes out, so he will be able to build a few additional bases. But see, now he has to pull the majority of his forces all the way back just to defend himself, when he could have caught all these units at the choke coming out and just made light of it there. Now he's going to lose a second Nexus. His forces are going to be engaged out of position. He's not going to have many stalkers, and these Zealots are fairly weakened up when they tried to force themselves up the ramp. So it's actually very possible that Trasher could... Oh, beautiful sentry force field placement. It's actually entirely possible that Trasher could win this little engagement. And see, even here he has a few more Zealots that are just completely out of position. If they had been down here, they could have completely annihilated this force and had a lot more stalkers left to spare. these Stalkers are going to fall, and the Void Rays are having to actually pull themselves back from the base trade situation because Chicken Strip put himself in a position that he really didn't have to be in by going for the kill and not really containing Trasher as he should have. Trasher GG is probably realizing that he doesn't have map control, doesn't have the income to really do anything, and doesn't have any anti-air. And that'll really do it. Yeah, great games. Very good play from Trasher. He saw a great opportunity and he took it. It didn't pan out, but if he had a few more units, it could have. And it could have done a lot of damage. Could have actually gotten in the game. As it were, Chicken Strip wins this game and wins the series 3-1, I believe. Thank you to Trasher for taking part in the tournament. Congratulations to Chicken Strip. Looking forward to seeing you in the second round. Very good games. Enjoyed watching all of them, actually. And I hope to see more from both of you soon. Well, thanks for watching this cast. See you, everyone.